Outside the U.S. Supreme Court, gun rights supporters cheer the ruling that establishes an individual's right to own guns. It is the first time the High Court said Americans have the constitutional right to own guns, for sport or for self-defense. In a 5-4 landmark decision, the High Court struck down Washington, D.C.'s 32-year-old ban on handguns. Bonnie Hall is a member of a pro-rights group called Second Amendment Sisters.
The honest citizens of D.C. have the right to protect themselves from these thugs, and it's about time that the people in D.C. can defend themselves. I think it'll bring the crime rate down. The
court ruling interprets the Second Amendment to the Constitution as protecting an individual's right to gun ownership. The amendment refers to state militias, which the founders of the country considered to be important in the nation's defense. The court decision does not limit gun ownership to service in a militia. Washington, D.C. city officials have said the ban has led to a dramatic decrease in violent crime. Sherry McNeil with the Brady Campaign to Prevent Gun Violence says parts of the ruling will have a positive impact.
They also said that reasonable restrictions will stand. That includes background checks. That includes public places such as schools and so forth, that we can't have guns in those places. So, I mean, there are reasonable restrictions, and that's what our organization supports.
David Bowers, founder of a community group called No Murders DC, says more guns on the streets will not do any good.
The reality is that if we have a city where everyone is walking around armed, trigger happy, on edge, looking for confrontation, that is probably just going to lead to more violence.
The police will have 21 days to draft new regulations for handgun ownership in Washington. Analysts say the Supreme Court ruling on the handgun ban could lead to other legal challenges. One of the justices, who was in the minority, wrote this ruling threatens to throw into doubt the constitutionality of gun laws throughout the country. Simkins, VOA News, Washington.